So we're emailing it out to residents. To be honest, we didn't want our opponents to steal it because they didn't have a plan. So we emailing it out to residents as we meet them, and we give it hard copy because also, I want people to be able to look through this and feel it and have it in their drawer. But of course, it'll be going up on our website within the next couple of days because elections here, they can't take it now.
All right.
We have another one here.
Okay, so you're young, just full of a lot of energy. How do you plan to revitalize, if you will, folks who have been living in the South Shore community for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years and make them see your vision in order for there to be a plan of action? That's one. What do you plan to do to collaborate with the other aldermanic candidates or incumbents in the 7th and the 8th wards so that Stony Island corridor, 71st and 73rd Street corridors are revitalized and are looking good, and have small business owners and entrepreneurs in some of these blighted buildings?
Okay, thank you.
Two questions. So the first question, let me make this clear, let me restate this. This is not a plan, it's a foundation. It's just a direction that I'm going to submit to the residents, and together we're going to create a plan. You got to have a foundation. And how am I going to, I was asked this question often, how am I going to get, because you need 26 council members to move anything in city council. So one of my first things I've done when I decided I was going to run is I went and found every alderman that I could sit with and every candidate that I could sit with. And I've got all their numbers, I've got all their contacts. And we've simply made a commitment that once this election is over, we're going to work together. I promise you, this is a nonpartisan election, that I'm not going to allow myself to be locked in a label. But I'm going to, in politics, they say there's no permanent enemies, no permanent friends. There's only permanent agendas. And I commit to people knowing that when I speak with integrity, and I'll gain the respect of other aldermen by always looking for the common ground and pushing our common issues and agendas. And that's really my plan at this particular point.
If the Obama Presidential Library site is in Jackson Park, what plans do you have to replace all the athletic facilities that will be destroyed when the library is built?
So, the library is a very sensitive situation, but I've talked to residents about how we're going to restore facilities lost. And again, this might sound like a very surface answer, but when I'm the alderman, that is a challenge that I'm ready to meet by bringing the community stakeholders to the table and us defining that together. Anything that I tell you now would be me just saying something. I want to sit down and know what I'm talking about, but I'll tell you this. You take something from one area, you add it back better. That's my thinking. That's all I can answer about that.
Here we have.
My question is, you spoke earlier, you spoke great about how you can revitalize the community and you got everybody in here clapping. I still need a plan, honey. Right. I need to see this plan. I get it that it's online, and I get it that you have it. But just give us a real high-level view of what your plan is.
So, give me a topic. Which area of?
The 71st Street corridor, because that's a big thing, and Jeffrey Plaza.
So, the 71st Street corridor. Again, I want to advocate for TIF funds to come back to our community.
Where did they go?
Where did they go? They're either, a lot of our TIFs have been sent to Hyde Park. They've been sent downtown.
Why?
Why have they been there? Because we've not had advocacy that has been effective. So,
Let him finish his question.
Let him answer. Go ahead.
So, I'm not a councilman now. I don't have access to all the who, what, when, why. You got to request a lot of information, which that's one thing that got to change. But I'm looking to invest in what we have. We have to appreciate what's already here. So, to beautify infrastructure that's here, invest and recreate alliances and collaborations and co-ops with common needs, and strengthen what we have so that we'll attract other business. I'll talk about a real plan with public safety. Young people who have had contact with law enforcement or who live in single-parent households, we'll get that information from Chicago Public School Police Department. We're going to go to them with a neighborhood stabilization department that will be in the administration And that department is designed to find those young people and to parallel walk them through getting a job and employment, and it's spelled out as it was done in Richmond, California, which is what they've done to drastically drop their crime rate. Again, I have 2 minutes. The plan, please come and talk to us about it, because I can give it to you more in detail, but I will say this. Everything that we've developed is off of scientific data and proven methods. So for violence, Richmond, California; for education, Tangible Park. It's all in our plan.
Let me just say this much. We just had an alderman tell us a bunch of garbage about these tips, and you're telling us they went somewhere else other than this community. Why? And that's how do we know?
So what I'm saying to you, ma'am, is that you have to request a lot of information. It's not public information, though everybody would know it a lot of times.
Okay, I think that we have gotten a sense of his answer on TIFs.
Right.
And so we are going to move forward. If there's another question.
Not that it's not public. It's not that it's not public information. What I'm saying is, it's not transparent. Thank you so much. It needs to be more transparent, and that's what we're lacking. So I don't know all the information, but I know that it's not here in my community.
So we have one last question.
All right, so we have one more question.
My understanding is that the TIF money that we get, that the mayor has some say in connection with that, in terms of what we are doing with our TIF money. If you disagree with that, could you tell me why you disagree with that, and how you see, if you had the TIF money, how you would think it would be controlled? And finally, are you aware of the fact that when you put in these TIFs, that we freeze the taxes in the areas that we have the TIF, and that money, that tax money, which would ordinarily be you going towards supporting our schools and other things, they won't get any increases in the taxes. It's put in a fund, and we can't use it anymore, and then it goes into a big slush fund, if you will. Are you in favor of TIFs, or increasing more TIFs in our ward?
I am in, TIFs is a very sensitive and tough situation to tackle. With the first question, the mayor having oversight of the TIFs, I believe that everything that affects our lives should be subject to the will and the desire of the people who reside in the community. That's the goal. I'm going to give you ideology because I don't have enough time to give you specifics like that. Now, am I in favor of TIFs? We're researching them, because I'm not a man that's going to stand up here and lie. I have to know what I'm talking about fully, but based on what we've researched, it's not transparent enough for us to be able to make a definitive statement on TIFs. But if you all continue to check out www.brownforfifthward.com, I promise you, I'm going to make sure that we now focus solely, specifically on TIFs. For all the people in the room, I will have an answer for you all within the next 7 days. I'll commit to that. A detailed answer.
Thank you very much. I think that we don't have time for any more questions. Okay, that's wonderful. I'm so
Yeah,
sorry.
we're on a timeline, so he did a minute opener instead of a minute closer. So that's why I announced it. Didn't see you had moved away, so that's all. We did, so that was my mistake.
Okay, so the next time, for the next time around, we will make sure
So we'll have
that
you.
we'll start in the back with the youth in terms of questions. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.